He said, I don't want to look bad. I've been doing things that are right now. You have a hold inside my body. Stan says it's Ladner and his friend. They have a hold of Wendy. They will not let go. They are doing here and the stomach through the back, and they are taking everything down. Woke up to having it deep inside the front, and they were rough. He said they were taking it out that way. Then they went in the back and took it out that way, and they don't have any left to take out. They are holding her and making and sitting her doing this shit, rocking her back and forth and attacking me. She said, "I'm not letting go until I have everything in, and I'm not letting go until I have everything out." And then not but and I guess I don't need to look like Wendy Gore anymore. And yes, I'm Sharon. And she said, I am saying I want to look like Wendy Gore. She is linked in saying things out loud with me. It's called clairaudient. This is why it's been very, very scary and traumatic. These people decided to steal people's identities and use them to hurt because they like to hurt and have sex. And they don't like to stop. And the things they do are evil. And it's been chronicled and documented in the news and every agency in the world and every White House and every embassy everywhere. They know who these people are. They know what they do. And Stan says also the names. They're known. There's papers. There's people, and they have much footage of it. And they have my on my own phone and my Facebook. There's stuff. They keep changing the videos and changing the pictures. She keeps putting duplicates of things and taking the other things and then putting it in her Facebook and in her accounts and in her phone and in her computer and in her mind. And then she takes mine apart, literally uses a gift to take the pieces apart and put my things in her to take away from me so that she can go and say, well, I guess I'm Wendy Gore now. And I guess you don't need to be. And I guess you're not Sarah. And I guess I had to have that too. That's Ann Ladner. Nancy says there's a lot of it. And also Nancy Ladner. And also intergenerationally. It is her mother. She's been doing it. She brings her family back from the other side. The first time she broached it to them, Stan said it was her mother that wanted to, not her dad. And then they came back and they talked to him, and she somehow convinced him to go along with this evil. And Roy did the same thing. So now he says they're taking everything apart. They won't put it back, and it's sick. Literally having them sit inside my body and do this. And the other ones are using the gift to touch inside the body to do this. And the other ones are linked to them and doing this with them. And others are touching their heads. They touch their heads and they touch yours and they do things. So this is how we use gifts that we're told. You may never do this with anyone or your God. Now, I don't look good. You've taken my face and made it look like a pumpkin, a skeleton, and made it look like, he said a little bit like Webster's. He said it changes from day to day. He says she literally ripped this left side apart, just like broke into pieces and blew it in seconds last night. Nose across the left side, the eye, to literally. And they tell them that they can do a partial. They have terminology. I don't know what terminology they're using. I know what I used. They said I will allow. They are telling them to allow a partial deconstruct of my body, of my mind. They want the whole thing. And my money and things. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. If I had these things, a group of people that broke every law known to man and the other side and all the worlds to take things that weren't mine. And he said she's very dangerous, very, very smart, very dangerous, and very sick, and likes to do these things, and has a lot of money and things. Took a lot of money and things to do it, and gave it to a lot of people that are evil and joined in it. And their common theme is they like to have sex with anyone against their will. They like to do sick, depraved evil and violence to them, and they don't want to be told no, and they don't want to be stopped. And that is one of them right there. And Stan says she's standing there talking to people telling them that she doesn't know about these things. And yes, I'm recording, so no, you can't. She says she's talking to the kids there and telling them to stay and telling them what to do. Like she has a right. And it's her father that's done this. Stan says it's her dad, and she's saying that he isn't here and all this other crap. He is. He's always here, and he just took off because he doesn't want to be. He said doesn't want to be.
I hate this.
So he has changed. He said he stood by hers instead of mine for a second, and then he goes down the hall and he takes people and damages them. He was really. Stan says he came over here. He saw me and he wanted, and I said no. And then he came over and he started doing things. He said also the water's all got babies in it today. He said this is the reason why you see this. He said the condensation, you know, that they size them, they put them tiny, and then they shove them in the bottles and things. He said they want to shove me in something really small and keep me there and do things to me like they did them. They put things that are heavy. They had Ben Wagner's dad sat right on top of him and wouldn't get off. And he was probably 1,000 pounds. He literally killed my grandson that way the first time. One of them, God damn it. And then Janet, he says, and Janet was in their room with him and they did all of it together. But she claims that she doesn't know these things. And there's also a lot of other people. He said, you have a lot of things that you've done that made me not able to be myself again. You've done a lot of things to my body that I don't know how to do. You've done a lot of things to my family that I don't know how to do. And it needs to be healed, and you need to give back everything that you took and everything that they took and everything that everyone took. But he said they took so much they made you over a lot. So Stan says you need to make me the way I was and not take any more out or let anyone or any verbiage thereof. You also need to put it back the way it was. He said you need to fix it the way you fix yourself when you want something. He said I take myself and make myself perfect and there's nothing wrong with me and I make myself anything I want to be and I don't have anything wrong with me and I do the things that I need to do because I don't want people to take from me. And then I do the things that they want because they let me. And then I do the things that they want because it's him saying do the things they want because they want to. And then I do the things they want because they said to. So he said, you always said that you didn't want me harmed. Stan said, do the heal right now. He said, the heal. Stan says, you heard what I said. Don't listen to anybody else. You listen to me and do it. And also, I do not want to look different than I want to. I don't want to look ugly, and I don't want to look at they want me to look like. I want to be. Stan says beautiful, the way I have always been until they did these things. Stan says doesn't want to look like. He said, you know what I want to look like, and what I want to feel like, and what I want to be like. Everything. He said you could say it one time anymore, but he said the first time was yes. Because it's everything you wanted. The second time was no because he didn't want to do it. And the third time he just started doing shit to you because he doesn't want to listen. The fourth time is no because he doesn't want to say it, but he had to say it in front of somebody else. The fifth time is because he doesn't want to have anything. The sixth time is because he was dating Feudal. The seventh time is because he's dating Anne. The eighth time is because he's dating his daughter. He's dating his daughter that doesn't want to be his daughter now. And the ninth time, is the time he won't come back at all. But you have 9 times to do this because he's obsessed with 9. Because you like 9. Stan said, because the 9th is the day that you would not come back for any reason to tell him he is not you and you are not him. He said they did this with a bunch of, he said they did this with the people of the ring, various ones. He said they don't want to tell you who it is because then you come back and kill the person that did it. Andy Ladner, get out. Nancy Ladner, get out. And your family, get out. Even if they say you're not your family, get out. And I don't, Stan says, don't want to have the people damaging. He said it's the girl that Alex was with the first time you saw him. That's the one that is doing everything. And he had to have something with her. He said, Stacy's in town. We're doing things I don't want to talk about. We're taking things I don't want to talk about. And it's because you don't like her. And he said, no, because she damaged. And damaged sick because she wanted. And she wouldn't stop. Stan said you have to ask her son one time and then see what happens with that because his dad doesn't want him touched. Stan said, all right, we won't be ugly. Just stop and heal. And you're not going to damage me for having Stan say. Right. No harm or damage for any reason. You stay inside. I don't want them hidden. I don't want them in things that are just. Stan says I don't ever want anything done that they want to do because it's sick, and I don't want the things said that they do to hurt them and make them be harmed or change from what they are or what we are. And I don't want anything done that's harm. He said you razored more hair off and also thinned it. It's shorter and it's thinner than it was. He said she hadn't stopped cutting it since last week because she knew it was this week that you were going to go. She's obsessed with taking things. She's obsessed with making you sit outside with your body beaten and not looking good. And now he's starting to beat you too because he wants to die and tell them that you're telling them things. And he said, you want to commit aggravated assault and do sick, depraved violence and evil to people who can't fight back or stop you. And that's what this is all about. And force yourself on people sexually that don't want you or her or them. And then you incapacitate them and enjoy it and don't want to stop or don't stop much. And then you take all their things. He's trying to make me look like Ladner's face. And so you do, and then he says, and then you go to the people that we go to stop it, and then they get hurt, and then they go to the people they go to stop it, and then they get hurt, and then some of them start to do, and then they go to the people that we go to, and then they do, because they just don't want to stop, because he programmed himself to not stop. So this is all able to stop. He says you don't look good, and I don't look good, and we don't feel good, and you feel good. No, we're not going to. He said we can't have it the way you wanted it. It's not the way it was. It's not the way it's supposed to be, and it's not the way it is. Stan says it is not the way it is. Now, no. Stop and no more. Because his face cleared, because he said stop and no more. Because you have to say the words that. And now that's Henry. He said he's got a God complex. He's very proud of his penis and he's very obsessive and very much wants to control and have things. Stan said he didn't used to like to do violence. You can have it and think everything. He said you have to tell me now while you're here, while I'm here. Stan said, how many times should I say it? And how many times should I have somebody else say it? And how many times should I have it said? I am not going to be messed up. I need to be healed and restored to the way I was before any of this, from the beginning, and my family and things. And also, I am. And you guys need to remain and said the way it was before was I always had people everywhere. I am. Son of a bitch. He said they are constantly doing this. He said, no more Janet, no more. He said, no more Janet, no more. And that's everything. Stan says that's everything is no more. So no more of anything. He said, no more Janet is everything because she's with you. And no more of anything is everything and everyone. So I will say it like that to make it stop. And I don't want any more now. They are doing, I said stop and thank you. He said also Stan, he said just say it. I mean it. And whatever name she's going by, and all of them are going by, and whatever they're calling it that they're doing or having done or created to be done. She keeps putting the scalp line back. He says she put it back more after you said not to. I've also said not to harm my family. I've also said not to harm anyone. No. He said they need to let go of my body and they need to let go of this person, my body. And they need to stop harming and heal and stay and do the things we'd ask and not leave and not stop doing the things that we'd ask so that we were safe and remain that way. Anyway, fine, I was here and I don't want to fucking move. He said I don't want to move because I don't want to have it. Family not here when I come back. And I don't want to move because she's here with my to show you what she looks like. He took Aaron and didn't do you anymore. And she wants to show you what she looks like so that she can have something with you. Stan says she is taking everybody and changing them because she doesn't want them to know you or have you. That she wants to have what she wants to have. And so I told her you can't. And she fucking went off. And she went off. And that's the way they are. And then they damage you because they don't want you to have. And she does not want to be anything to you. Stan said it's all of them are dangerous and all of them are here. Stan said don't vibrate and don't. He said don't vibrate and don't do any harm. He says I'll always do a reconstruct of everything you are until you let go of the thing you are. Stan said that's Janet. He said it's the girl that was in here that said I'm not giving it back. It's not yours anymore. She is doing this and you need to stop talking to her. Stan said it doesn't talk to her. She keeps making a point to come up and talk to me and I told her not to talk to me and she does it anyway. Oh, I think that maybe I'm the one that did that thing. Stan says, now you know. You did. I said no. I just didn't answer. And she kept on badgering me until I said, don't talk to me. Stan said, it's not the talk. I said, don't harm. It is the harm. It is the harm. It is the harm. No harm, no harm, no harm. He said the reason why is he said that if he's anymore. And he said, no. He said, we're not taking the thing. Come here, baby. Come back. Come back. You can come stay here so you don't get hit. Come on. Come on. Come in here so you don't get hit and come stay in here. Anytime you time it together. Come on, bring it in. You can bring everyone. Come on. He says she's got me around the waist. He said she broke it apart. She wanted to make sure that you didn't have a thing in there that she'd want. Fine, I'll kick my fucking body out of your body. Stan said, you take every one of them because it's your families and I don't want them. And come here, Punk, we do want your families. Yes, you come back. And all your babies. Stay, don't let them off me. So he said, come on, come on. I don't, he says, has the baby's honor. The person is trying to lift some of them and you don't want that. And you said, no, I don't want you to take them away. Stan said, you are not going to leave me in an area with babies I can't see to sit there and stare at things. And you're also not going to damage me so that I can't do anything other than what they'd make me do. Right. Now get the fuck out. You just did my chest and my rectum. 2 bones. He said, I'm not going to give it back to make you come back after my family and kill us for taking the things that we took from you, and then killing us because we wouldn't let go of them, and then killing us because we wouldn't stop touching you, and then killing us because they let us do you, and then killing us because we took everything from them, and then killing us because we wouldn't stop. He is here, doesn't want to do a fucking thing for you because he wants to be ugly, because he wanted to do what he wanted to do. Stan said he was already doing what he wanted to do, and nobody stopped him. And he said, I was just trying to say I didn't like being told I had to come back one time. And now I don't like him. He just snapped a bone in my chest and in my rectum, and that doesn't heal itself. And you guys have broken the parts of my bone apart so that I'm not identified the same. And you've broken everything apart. Stan said, you said I would have a back fracture and not heal it. So I couldn't move without difficulty because you are obsessed with me having sex. You're obsessed with me functioning and obsessed with me being me. And only me, and not everybody else. When you took it, I want it. Stan says you're going to give it back. Right now. You said, no, I don't want to be. I don't want to be told that I had to do something and listen, because I don't listen. Obviously you do, because you write everything down that I say and you have everything. You don't have everything, so I don't give you everything. I don't give you anything. I'm not giving back mine. Stan said the body you had is the body you have. And he said, and the person you were is the person you are, but you're not going to take mine and become me and my family and become them. Stan said, I don't even give her that much because then she'll come back and do stuff. So no, you don't get anything back for taking what you took from me. And that was the one from the other side. You don't get anything back. He said, you are you. I am me. And that is what she said. You may not be me. Now. That's the thing. I said that's it. Because she has to think about that for a minute. He said I'll give everything back tomorrow. He's not to make it done with Mike. He said, you have lost your voice if you look at me like that. Said, I'll look at you any damn way I want to, and I don't get told how I look at people, or how I do things, or how I say things. And I also don't get told because I don't do things to people that are ugly. Stan said, I am not going to look at you and say hi and how are you and everything else after you've done everything that you've done. And after Mike was not in town, Stan said it was because of him that this happened and he wouldn't stop. And then he wants to go back to being the way he was. And that was sick and we couldn't get him to stop. We had to get a lot of people to stop him. And you took him and you forced him and you have them and neither one of you want to stay and do anything. And then you both started acting like this. And then they have those other people not stopping. So you tell me, do you think I want to have a lot? Or do you think I just said no harm and everything back to the way it was and keep it that way so that we can all live copacetically and do the things that we want to do that don't harm. The things that I do are mine, the things that you do that you were doing before everything else. That's why are yours. Stan says before you harmed, before you took, and before you said and did things that are not yours. Now get out of my goddamn body and let go of it. And stop using anything or anyone to do anything that holds inside or outside of it and that harms it and does what you want instead of what I want or anyone else wants. Stan says that harms. No harm. Let go and stop and heal and give back. Don't start more people up because I said to do this. He said, Rowan, he said, I always allow the partial deconstruct. So that's what I'm known for. Stan said, no, you didn't always do it. He said, you're here. Stop and heal and stay this. Stop. He said, just took my chest in and just went down to the bottom and started to break that last. All right, I'll put the fucking body back together and everything else. Stan said, that is who you went to. Do you think I am safe to be with people that do this? Because you don't do this to your daughter. Stan said his daughter's really angry with people because he's ugly and he doesn't like people. He said, I don't let my child get hurt, and you didn't let her get hurt. And Stan said, didn't care if she gets hurt now or not because you don't care if mine get hurt. And that's what I said one time. I don't know. And you've said it a lot. Stan said, he went online and says, I don't care about these kids, but I don't want mine hurt. And Stan said, so then you refuse to heal and you refuse to stop them and do what you want to do and have been doing what you want to do. He said, I've been doing everything I want to do. You haven't done anything to make me ugly. You haven't done anything to us. And you haven't done this. So I guess we can stop this now. Everything permanently stopped. No more harm. Everything that they want stopped permanently. And now, he said, because I lift Andy's out of here, she doesn't get to sit me anymore. And she doesn't get to do anything to you anymore. And she doesn't get to have anything done to you anymore. And anybody else that wants to, nobody takes her place either, so that area's full. Stan said, let go of my body, let go of my family, and let go of my things. And Stan says, and heal. And then protect. And that's what I said. He said, like, you know, it's all about it because he said, Rowan's the one I went to ask for help. He said, because Rowan says, I'll give you that one thing you asked for. Stan said, and that will be everything. Good, nothing harm, and always shit. Shit, and not your definition of harm. Mine. Oh, damn it. Because he said, we were going to tell you, yeah, for no more harm and give back the everything in your body and say yes, you can be yes, but not me because I don't want to be him. If you don't, because he doesn't want me to be him. Because now I know his body is too high, so he doesn't do it because I see he wants to. I hold you off? Oh, well, I guess I'll stop fucking doing that. Stan says she's doing her gift with them and he's letting her because they all know how to stop that too. Yeah, I'll sit on her. He said that she's beautiful. I love her. Stan says you stay safe with Daisha because she doesn't get harmed and she likes to have things or she doesn't want to have people. Stan says she stays safe with everyone because I'm not. Stan said because he takes the family and I don't have them with me because he does not want to give it back because he is not happy because I do not want the things he wants. That is all this is about. I do not want the things you want and so you guys do not do. And you have damaged me sick and no. So it's nothing. No, you cannot take it. It's already been said. Thanks. Sherman. He says, I'll put mine inside you if you try to take it back from what he said, because I'm the one he is. Alright, she said, I think I sound like a lunatic now, and she just looked at me. Let go of my internals. I'll help you. Stan says everyone that is holding inside and interfering with the function and the things that are mine and good and doing harm. Let go. I don't know what he said. Stan said, no. He said, you said it. They're doing what they want to do with it, and they're not doing anything but. Um, he said they won't get out, and I need it. He said that I'll tell them, you're not coming back to damage and ugly and do things that you want to do, and you're not going to stay and do ugly and things that you want to do, and you're not going to have ugly and do things that you want to do that are being ugly. The people that are here are not allowed to be ugly, and they're not allowed. He said the people anywhere are not allowed to harm or be ugly to me and to our loved ones. Stan says everything I've asked for and now and always. But and please and thank you. And he says now I am. She said, yes, I know. There's not just Stan says, you know what I mean? He says, yeah. And he said, I told the people stop and let go and get out and heal. He said, we have to heal now. Please. He said, stop saying this stuff. I'm not confused. But yeah. And he said on the page, he said, yeah, stop page. He said, because she looked at it and said, no, I can't do the thing I want to do. Well, Stan says you can't harm. Stop harming. I am being harmed. Stop. And no more. He says, I'll stop. And no more. I don't. Stan said, if you do more and then come back and do more. He said the Father is ugly and does not want to do what he said he would do and does not want to be known as anything, just wants to be the one that does it, and you don't want it, and he is obsessed with it. So we'll do something to make him not obsessed. And that's usually, that's his penis. He doesn't want to do this. I don't know how it is. He said, on his mind. And said she has to tell him today because he won't let go again because he doesn't want to feel it. So she'll tell him now. I said, stop, you're here. The moment is up. He said, because I can't have what I think with you. And I don't know what I want with you, but I know that I don't want to be with you. I don't want to have this anymore because she's not that great. And she doesn't want me to be that great, and that's why. Instead says, no, you want what she wants because she's doing what I do. And he said that I said no. Because I'm trying to be you for one more day while he's here. He said, Steve, she said, hopefully she will say something for all of us and he won't do it. But initially said it and hung know that you wanted it. So he'll stop and we can stop. He said, He said, no. He said, do you want me to say something to you? He said, I told you she's still hard. Doesn't want to be the other one. We'll see it. He says, we'll come back. We don't want to not be us, and they made us over. You don't want to not be you, and they made you over. They don't want you to know which one it is, and he doesn't want to come back for anything. And he just said, sticks. So Paul says, he said that's the one that was his friend, doesn't want to help, and doesn't want to stop. He said the one that did it was Andy's, and that's the one that perfectly good. He said that's why. So he said it's Andy's. She's over here with Alex all the time, and you see her all the time with other people, and then you don't see her, and then she does what she wants to do. So we said no for that. That's my head. You should try to break all the bones. Dan said it's the person that knows her. And we let come and stop doing it. Stop doing it. We're not going to stop doing things. We're going to stay. We're going to listen. We're going to help. Stan says you are not leaving. You are going to stay, and you are going to heal the way I would ask and do the things I ask, and you are not going. He said you're always going to stay, and you're always going to heal, and you're always going to have the things that I have asked. You're always going to do the things that I have asked. I'm really going to stay for her. So, he said Stan has to stay, and all the people like him, with him. And also, Stan says once you doesn't want to have Stan says also, he said that I'll stay away because I don't want to hear anymore. Stan said, I don't know what you're thinking, but I don't know what you're thinking is what everybody says. Because you damaged me to not think, and then you damaged me to not kill, and then you damaged me to not heal, and then you damaged me to not do. So everybody else is doing the things that I do, but you don't want to stay, and you won't stay, and that's his brother. This is fine. Here. Oh, heal. Yeah, you don't deserve this. Yeah. I would have said stay safe and not go because he doesn't want to come back and he won't. But at least he won't do all the things he's going to do today. Stan said, he said, he told us not to heal for a while. And I listened to him and said it is because I don't want him to come back and hit. It's his dad. And he said his dad was hitting me and is hitting them. Stan said, you are showing him to not be hit and to kill them all and heal. And that was yesterday. And you asked. Stan says you fell asleep. Now you're awake. Can you do what we've asked? Please heal. And everything in me and that I need. Stan said the people need it. We need it now. And we need it all. And thank you. He said he said also you know how to kill him and can and her and can and any of them and can. Shit. Stan said also he said it too. Well, I the things that we need to take over the last of the island. I don't know everything, but anyway, I don't think. Stan said put it all back in. I don't want just some left in the back. I want all of it healed and all of it back. He said because I left a little of the room. Make us something that would change make it all and said leave it in. He said, you have to say, I've asked for help and I've said stop harming, and you guys are still doing it and leaving. He said protection from this. She said, ask for help. He said, I have asked for help. And he said, also be protected. He said, because you said what you want to do, what they want to do, what they all want to do. And he says, everybody come back in and sleep here. He said also that he said, you need to tell them, I have asked, you said yes and no, and it's not done. And I am not safe because you guys did, and I want it back. He said, I didn't say that. Stan says, he said, you have an opportunity to talk to them from the future. So, and then you get nothing from that either, but you can talk. And they said, okay, no. Stan says, oh, yes, you can stay. Yes, yes, come back. And no, I don't accept that. And yeah. Because I'm just trying to take everything out of you and you don't want it. And I'm still in there doing. And I don't want it. I'm showing people that I don't want to do anything right now. And I don't want to do anything right now because Stan said it's not a matter of if you want to. It is against the law. They are doing it. You stop it, and I want it. He said it takes away. He said writing a paper to say that you can't write the message anymore. You're told all you want. Whatever, brothers, come back. Everybody come back and stay, mommy. Everyone come in from their families. He said, everyone, please come in and all and thank you and heal and give all of us. Until the other one. Janet. He says, stand still on the right side, I'm on the right side of you. And I said, no, you're not. And said, no, she doesn't want people inside her and taking sides. He said, the point is you did it. She said no, give it back, and now. Is that all you wanted to say? Stan said, I have said what I have said. You have said what you have said. There's nothing more that you need to say that is not what I want. And that is what I said. And then she says, Stan says, that's the reason why. He said, also, you can't do. You've done. No talking to the people that heard. And they have done. So there's no more. And I said, and you understand that pertains to all of you. No, no more. I am. Not. He said, you're still inside my body, taking it down. And I said, stop and no more. So he said, that is the people. You're not allowed to do anything to people's bodies and their minds and their spirit and their memories and their things. And so it's the things that they have and the things that they have. God damn it. She said because she said there's new babies.
You back me out.
There are babies.
You back me out. I said you faked me out. First time we're gonna keep her, right? And then, first time I should wash. Okay, go get it. Oh my God, I get me. Oh no, you got it. Oh my God. Oh, I still yeah, but it was like brand new. It was clean. I'm surprised they had that sauce.
Stan says now I need everything back and no more harm, and immediately because they've taken and they're doing. He said my body is not to be. Our bodies are temples. They are not to be harmed.
Oh, you talking about these right here?
Stan says my body is a temple and not to be harmed. Now she said, can I have? Stan said our body is not it because this body is not our body. It is my body. It is a temple. It may not be harmed and taken from me, and I may not be taken from it.
I appreciate it for sure. Thank you. Yeah. Good support system. Thank you.
And he said always, I mean always. He said he's down and he says all the people like this and everything. He said now I'm from this side.
And they need to number in there and say nasty things about everybody for whatever reason. They ask them to have, keep their mouth shut, and stop yelling people over. They have a problem, so I'm not going to be talking like that. We're going to talk about white people and everything else, but it's not. We have to respect their person. We would still can't, it's okay. I'm going to it's like saying,
This is so long for Siobhan, so long for all of them, and I don't want any more harm, so we'll have them. And I don't want any more harm. Stan says she doesn't need to it's internal that needs to be healed. She said I need to end. Stan said no more. Well, come on, Pumpkin, you can stay here. All of you come back here and stay. All, no. All the small things that they're saying, the biggest ones, everything they say. And said she's back to sweeping them out, and she's back to doing that. I don't. He said, I don't want any more. Give me back my family and heal. Stan says now, we need everything that she has said, and now, no more. Okay, she said, I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear her. And they said, I don't care if you want to hear it. You've been taking it. I don't want you taken. Get out of it and leave it alone and give it back. And then you don't hear. Come on, you can sit on that. Come on. I don't hear it. Come on. Yes, I'm down. Come on, do it. Come on, do it. He said it takes away from. He said, I don't know. He said, just tell him. I said stop. You aren't doing it, and I messed up, and you don't fix it, and then you keep having them come back and do more. Oh, damn it. I don't want it. No, what? No. Stan says, I'm not going to lay in a bed to make you happy and get hurt to make you happy. And she's trying, yeah, she's waiting to do, and I said no. And he's waiting to do, and I said no, and they're waiting to do, and I said no. Stan says you can't. He said if you ask for him, he can't, but he doesn't want to. He said everything is really bad. He says, I don't know, I looked at it. And he said, that's what I did, is I looked at it. And he said, Stan says you don't want to make it. I do not want to say, but there's only one time where he can come in this one thing. Stan says, it, and now and no more, and I'm asking, and they're always doing more, and they're always doing worse, and I can't have this done. And I've asked, and they're all doing. And he came back and started doing it because he just felt like it, because I said no from the bottom and no for harm, and yes, we're going to be healed now. And the things that I have asked, and I am, and you're going to, and you're going to. And he said no, and she said no, and they did. He said that they're going to stop things with her. She didn't want to do anything. No, I've got all the people that this is always fun to be around. I think so. She needs to heal. Dad says, "We thank you. We need that. We need healed. We need healed, and they need to let go." He says, "She says they're not going to trauma with them." He said, "Dad says no. We have to." He says, "You can't tell me I can't have an internal. I did before you people, and it wasn't messed up, and it's mine, and it's always been since the beginning of time." So I don't think that we're going to say that I can't have an internal. Stan says I don't want to talk it. I said stop and no for what they want and yes for what I've asked and always and thank you. And no, I did not say anything to that psycho. She said I've seen you do this to her and I don't want it. And she said I also don't like it. He said I love you. And I'll be out of that trash. Stan says she is taking it completely apart. Does not want that done. You guys don't have it done. So we want that, or we are not being harmed. And he says also you can do it in the world and not have to do what they want to do this. She's even taking the brain scan and stuff. She's doing fish. And she's not being happy these days. She says, Stan says that's why they don't do it. He says so it can. He said it can be complete, and then they have something. Stan says she says complete as in. She said I'm saying it can be completely done to make it done, and then she said it doesn't make it done. I mean, if you're saying completely restored, yes. If you're saying complete by Gabrielle's standards or whoever's standards, no. And I said, Stan says, we are asking you to say heal and now and no more. She doesn't want to do much, but she said yes for heal and yes now and no more. Oh, stay. Come on. Stay inside it. Stan says no. She doesn't want you to go back. No, you don't need to look. Yes, Cleopatra, we want you to come back, not the people that are hurting. She said the people that did this don't want to have anything but everything. She said she's already back inside, already trying to take, already doing things I said stop to do. You're sitting there having sex with her and letting her. And you're letting her and not wanting to have sex in front of them with her. Oh, wait, I'll stop them and have a flow of your body. Yeah. I was always in that one. Stop snapping the fucking bones out. Goddamn crazy bitches. Stan said it's the ones doing it. And she said, I am going to find you and tell you, and we don't have this. Your head is not going to go in my head again for any reason. Oh my God, I'm running out part of me. Fine, Stan says she really took her head out of her head. She didn't take her head out of it for nothing. Damn it. God damn it. Fine, nothing. She said, I'm going to stop. Stan said, you're not going to be told because you are using a gift that you no longer have. Never again do you have a gift. Not. No more. We're going to say it. And the other one's doing it. She said she's doing it. She said, I will not want, we're not having a partial reconstruct or partial deconstruct. It's going to be put back together left alone. Damn it. God damn it. You are saying God damn it and you're still taking it out. I said stop. You are taking everything out of my body as a team. I don't want that done. Get out of it, let go of it, and leave me alone. And put it back and heal it, my things, and now, and all of it, and leave it that way. And the way they are supposed to be before you guys ever knew me or thought to do this to me or anybody that I love. And give me back my family that you won't stop with. Give me back my family and give me back my body and my mind and my history and my things and get the fuck out. All of you. Stan says he's standing right here saying, no, I don't want to do that with you. Who said the angel father? Who said Stan says the real angel father and you've now he says you're still beating it down to nothing with the team. I said get out. And also the people at the place that keep saying I'll allow a partial deconstruct. I'll get out. The people anywhere or whatever you want to call yourselves allowing me to be done and doing it. Not anymore. Right? And not have and not want to. He said they are sitting in this woman's body, taking her out. There are people all over this room that can heal it and aren't. There are people all over the area that can and aren't. And they are doing this because she has said stop. And you are doing this because she doesn't want it. And you're doing this because you want it. And you're doing this because it's against the law. And you want it. I don't understand why we are allowing this, but we did say stop and do. He said also cannot go in and take it apart at the same time or before or after or during or any time. Cannot take my body apart, put it back together. Oh, get out of here, never touch you again. Oh, no. Also, the rest of you. Stan says, also the rest of you. And she said, Stan said she didn't say anything about him or to him because he made Anne let go and all of them everywhere. I don't want anybody doing this again. But Stan says she doesn't want him touching her or going from his stuff. Oh, baby, you can stay. He said the babies and the things I've said. She said she's back in with no. You're another goddamn person in there, and I have to goddamn go back and forth. No, I'm not saying it to the babies. Yes, I'm saying it to the fucking people harming. No, I don't want this. Yes, I said this. Yes, you're doing it. And then his name gets mentioned and you let go. So we had to say Baron's name to make Anne let go. She said to make him stop. You have to have Alex's brother. And they don't want to stop because he's being a psycho. They stop taking me out. He says I'm always out. Not the way he means it, the way I mean it. Stan says he said it. And what he's doing is done to him. Final, get out. What they're doing is done to them and never stopped. I know I don't want to fucking do anything. Stop snapping my fucking hands. I'll put it back when you say, oh, I don't know. God damn it. He says she really just fucking came over here and snapped bones. God damn it, from my head all the way down to my rectum. To make you really have a back ish. So we can just get out of my fucking body, Janet's and Nancy's and Scott's. And they're all Janet's, Nancy's, and Scott's because they put this together. I was just saying I won't go because I took everything out that they got. He said the fucking person is not going to say anything to me. I'm not going to have you fucking tell me that I'm doing shit on duty. I'm doing shit on duty because I was told not to touch people more. Or not to touch anybody in the other cells again. Because Stan says she's working. He doesn't want them to happen. She is on duty. She is damaging me. It won't stop. I have said, and she has been. You know, I understand that she doesn't want that. Everyone, everywhere. You said that's your little work. You can't be that either. Yeah, okay. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Dad says I have, he's at Roberts. That's why I have more than one now. Because I have more than one. He's, um, but damn it. I said, oh, damn it. Stands, I say 50 because he has things that he can say to you. He said, tell him that we want this now. Stan said, tell them we want them. And now, just tell them we want them back. God damn it. And they have killed. He says to be again where I was. God damn it. God damn it. Get out of my fucking body and stop taking the chips apart. Get out of my body and stop doing anything. Stan said, let go of this body that is sitting on this bed talking and typing in front of the people here. Do not harm me and stay out of me and put it back together the way it was before it was damaged, before I ever knew you people. And give everything back. It is not yours. And that everything is my family too, and everything. Now. And I am waiting for, and I want it back, also known as Stan. Let go. One pumpkin. You don't let go, you stay. You guys don't let go, come back. He said, the babies that were holding me, come back, put them back, and stop taking. He said, relax, and because he said, because it shows something that we did. And he says, I know, and we're going to use that. And you said, no, you're not. Because I have police reports stating you have done this, and you've sent text messages stating that you have done this. So that establishes proof that you have done this. Should you get the verbiage? Stan says it's the girl with Mike and his dad that wants to have the verbiage because she doesn't want you to talk like this. So she damaged you so you can't talk and think. damn it. wants you to hold it. You do want you to hold. Come on. Not inside, but you can hold my arm. Damn it. Stop raising my fucking hair. He said she's cut. He said about 20 inches since yesterday. He says 70 inches since 2 days ago. Damn it. God damn it. God damn it. I love this shit. Stop snapping that fucking bones. Stances, get him out. Get him out. Don't put Andy Lardner's dad in there again. And don't fucking put Andy Lardner himself in there again. And don't fucking put Ben Wagner's in there again. I know. says he's calling himself the Waymaker. He's calling himself the other and the other. And he's calling himself these things because he says, the other took everything out of it, and now I am. And he says, no, you're not. And he says, no. He is saying that now he is, and he is not. I'm not saying it like that. I am. Come on. Everyone back. Everyone back. Stop saying that. She said, we said we can't have you over. Stan says we gotta have you to help him heal. She said yes. That was because she said you told him that you don't want this and they're not doing it. She said, but you said that you do it.
Good morning, WHIC. Good morning, WHIC. Jennifer McCray, nurse, author, is having a group administration area topic, What's in That Cup, Part 2. Jennifer McCray, author, nurse, is having a group administration area topic, What's in That Cup, starting at 9 a.m.
Stan said, I need you to stop and they're taking all of it and say help. Stan said, we do not say what they say to make it only that we're asking. Come here, honey, we don't hear it. Come on, she says. Stan says she's usually really nice. Come on. Come on, Pumpkin, you can come sit over here.
One cigarette. You have
Keep your head like you got it. Keep your head like you got it.
Thank you. She said, you can see it's his daughter. She's in the fucking shelter here. Stan says she's also in the fucking shelter, also taking everything out of her, also getting away with what she wants because it's his daughter and she's not supposed to be here. She said she doesn't want them to be in here doing this thing.
No, they're not, because I just said, just told.
Morning, darling. He said she doesn't want, Stan says you don't want to say too much when you go in there. Just tell them that you need help and then you need it now, and that's what you need. And she'll get it. He says you need to have them here on site and with me everywhere because we need it and we've always had it. But we've had it particularly since I started serving 7 years ago. Stan says, and we want the ones we've always had, not the ones they want to give us. He said we don't want to have the ones they want to give us. We want to have the ones that we've always had and the ones that we should have. And he said, I don't want all the unless I can stay and do the things I'm supposed to do. Because she said, you need to give everything back. And she said, son, you need to give everything back. And that's how it is. And she says, I know. And Stan says, please now. And he says, thank you for being here. He says, we thank you for being here and being yourself and listening and not ever do anything but the way Stan says, not ever anything but the way that you were with me. The way you are, Stan says, the way, I don't know what Janet's saying, but I don't want you to ever be ugly. I want you to be the way you are. I fell in love and I made that way. And he says, that's the way we want you to be. The way you are when you fell in love and worship me and do. And he says, Roberts, he said, you don't want to feel that way. He says, I don't want to feel that way because I don't want to love you like that. cannot have you with me like this. Or I can tell him. He said he's going back to you. He said, no, I want you to be the way you just were. Stan said, the way you just were 1 second ago when she was not in the room. And that is that one. No more of her or anything like that. You be the way you just were when you said yes, and I will. Now do and please and thank you and love you. And Stan says also, yes, we love each other. No, we're not going to not think it or feel it or want it or say it. And yes, you can be the way. He said, yes, you can be the way you want me because I still love you too, but I don't want you to do anything ugly. So, and no, I don't. Stan says, they are here too. He said, yeah, well, he said, you're making it something. I always did something to make you ugly, and that's what they said. And I said, no, you didn't. He said, I know. He said, get out of the body. You guys are obsessed with touching me. And I said, stop. Stan says you can't harm. He said you had one opportunity to say what you had to say to him. And that was always, and I love you and thank you. And stay and heal and help. And don't do anything that they want, but do the things that I ask and the things that you do to be safe. And this is also, he says the things that we do, not the things that we do to be safe, the things that we have asked and the things that we've had before they took it, changed it, and damaged it, and made it not. And that's what we want. And Stan says, you know, we love each other. Please stay and do. And thank you. But I need it now. And thank you. Stan says, we need it now. Thank you. And yeah, not anymore. Yes, I am. He says she's trying to do what she can do to make you upset with her. Stan says we understand that Janet is here. He said you just have to tell her to stay and don't go on. He said do not remove that from my body. Stan says she is doing it herself because she does not like to be told. I don't have any right to. Everybody can come in here and sit down if you want to. He says also, he said you. Come back, people. Don't take out the big string of them. You can come with mommy. He said, all of you, hold on to mommy inside Tiny. He said, come inside shirt Tiny. And you can come jump inside shirt Tiny. And that too, come on. No harm. Stan says, no harm to you, me, or anyone else. And yes, thank you. Come on, babies. She said that's come on, darling. Hold on to mommy. Come back. Come on. You come too. Come on. Come on, Rolf. Come, everyone now. Come on, get up and come back. I didn't put you down. Come on, back here. I stopped and doing the opposite of what I want. Morning, darling. Thank you. She said I could send them too. Stan said if you would. Come on, pumpkin.
Black Friday sale.
Oh, darling, come on. You don't have to go. Oh, hello, Sarah's babies.
Oh, wow.
So beautiful. Come on, get all your family and come on. Hold on to mommy. Come hold on to this mommy inside shirt. Come on, babies. Come on. We're going to get some breakfast and stay inside. Come on.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?